bone structures at full strength. The polypeptides will be fully developed. And DNA is perfect. Alright, let's see what I've created. Okay, now for the final piece. 20 watts of electricity. Yes! I finally did it! Where am I? You're home. Tyler, right? Yes, the memories are there too. Huh?
Tyler, dinner's done.
I'll explain everything over dinner. Come on. Wait till Mom sees you.
Sadie, I'm home. Sadie? Oh, yeah. Hello?
Hey, how you holding up?
Fine.
Still feeling down?
Yep.
Well, if you need anything or just someone to talk to, you can call me.
I know, it's just it feels like whenever I get, like, too close to someone, they just up and leave me.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, lucky for you. I'm a lesbian.
Yeah.
Anyway, I wanted to know if you wanted to watch Ghostbusters 2016 at my place. I know you didn't like the movie, but I think it'd be good for you to hang out with someone right now.
I don't know.
Alright. Well, let me know if you change your mind.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Bye.
Later.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, I am the Weasel, and this is my first YouTube video. Oh my god, I can't believe this. I've heard such great things about YouTube.
Hey guys, it's me, Ty. I hope this doesn't shock you too much, but yeah, the Weasel's my clone.
Hey, carbon copy Americans. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Weasel, and I just got my green screen set up, if you can't already tell.
Okay, Hasbro. Get ready.
One more. For old time's sake.
When we started this band, I was needed was a laugh. Years gone by, I say we've kicked some ass. When every rage, you hit the stage, trying to rush it through my veins, and I say we're still kicking ass.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Weasel, and boy, do I got a lot to say about this one. Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters. It's really no surprise that Sony decided to remake one of the greatest classics of the 80s in an era where movies are constantly being remade just for the sake of selling the name and keeping the legal rights to it. Plus, this movie also has cameos from the original Ghostbusters cast. With that kind of fan service, this movie was set to make millions upon millions from the word go. There's no way this couldn't be a hit success. Oh, so what caused it to fail? Was it that it was an all-female cast? Was it because Ghostbusters fans are all misogynistic pigs?
Because I refuse to watch it.
Well, let's start at the beginning. Number 1, the marketing. First of all, when I heard that the next Ghostbusters was going to have an all-female cast, I thought it was a joke. I would get a cast that had a woman as a Ghostbuster, but all of them women? To me, it was a ridiculous idea. But let me just say this now. With another director and another cast, this could have worked. I'd be down for an all-female cast if we had some actual comedians on there, but instead we got...
Provide a real service.
And
policeman? Come on.
The hat is too much, right?
Not to mention...
A power of penny compels you!
And this chick. Did she even do anything besides write a book? I don't even remember. I'm pretty sure I don't need to explain the pure controversy that the first movie trailer caused, but in case you've been living under a rock, stay there. Please. Let's just say it was a pure hailstorm of criticism towards the movie. Why was this done? It couldn't possibly be because they're trying to set up an agenda, right?
1 minute after they type that, their mom's like, get upstairs and take out the garbage!
Oh. Yep, Sony decided to go the Anita Sarkeesian route and label their critics as hateful, misogynistic, man-babies, and any other buzzword they could use to try to make their criticisms invalid. Keep in mind the like-to-dislike ratio of the original trailer. This is a lot of people you're brushing aside. Suddenly, this is starting to make a lot more sense now, huh? When you alienate 80% of your audience, how do you think you'll gain profit? And that's just the marketing before the movie. We haven't even gotten into the actual movie yet. Number 2, the story. It's essentially the same as the original movie, but with minor details changed. Instead of 4 men, now it's 4 women who start the business of ghost busting. It's not the plot itself that's the problem, it's the execution. The movie was directed in a way that doesn't involve any actual pre-written jokes, instead it involves ad-libbing, making up jokes as they go along. This is how many comedies are written nowadays, at least the bad ones. It seems like they wanted to make a joke out of every scene in the movie. Look, ad-libbing can work, just not in a movie. It's a form of comedy that favors fast thinking over smart thinking, let alone the fact that the actors themselves can't seem to tell when a joke is dead.
Oh, yeah.
You get a car, and you get a car, and you get a car.
You didn't disclose that the vehicle was going to be a hearse.
I'm sorry, my uncle owns a funeral home, not an Enterprise rent-a-car.
Hope you checked to see there wasn't a body in the back.
I don't really know.
You didn't check?
I mean, I was in a hurry. I checked to see if we had gas. That was more important.
So there is a body?
Let Holtzman check. She likes that type of stuff.
Yeah, I can think of 7 good uses of a cadaver today.
No, Dr. Frankenstein. We gotta turn in the body if there's one in there.
All right.
Don't do that.
Anyway, the villain in the movie is a fat nerd. Again, alienating your audience is not a good idea, movie. Who wants to fulfill some prophecy and bring ghosts from a ghost dimension to haunt the living world? And now the Ghostbusters gotta stop him, even though they don't catch a single ghost in the movie until the end. Well, they catch one, only to immediately let it go to show Bill Murray that ghosts are real. But then the ghost kills him and leaves.
It's okay, the table broke the fall.
Number 3, the characters. I can't name a single trait of these characters. This is a problem when you direct movies using ad-lib and make up jokes as you go along. The characters just end up playing themselves in real life. They have no chemistry. You know how in the original Ghostbusters you could tell what role the characters play? You got Egon, who makes the equipment, Ray, who studies the books and is also a bit of an idiot, Bill Murray, the wannabe ladies man / wise guy, and Winston, the cool street smart guy. I know people are quick to judge Leslie Jones for playing the screaming obnoxious black woman, but at least she was a character. Everybody else just seemed like actors on a set performing improv. Probably because they were actors on a set performing improv. The villain is basically a complete mockery of the audience that it was marketed against, which all but proves this was all intentional. And all but one of the cameos weren't funny, and the one that was funny wasn't even one of the Ghostbusters. It was Ozzy Osbourne.
Sharon! I think I'm having another flashback!
Number 4, Paul Feig sucks. This isn't a full thing, I just wanted to say it. Number 5, the remake epidemic. Tons and tons of movies are being remade now, to the point where I think they're oversaturating the market. So much so that when a legitimately good movie comes out, it's overshadowed by all the remakes of old movies. This idea comes from the idea of name recognition. If people recognize the name, not only does the company get to keep the movie for another 200 years, they'll make a profit off it too. People like old things they recognize, things that are considered safe. This is why fast food chains still exist. But what happens when we run out of things to remake? Will we just remake the remakes? Will Hollywood become that desperate? Are they not that desperate already? I know I'm desperate for a relationship. I mean movies. What's happening to them? Companies can just produce sequel after sequel after reboot after sequel and nobody says anything. Those movies from the 80s were not popular because people recognized the names, except ironically the original Ghostbusters, but even then, they stood as their own films. It shouldn't be about the name, it should be about the movie. Look, I can go on and on, but I don't want to get too deep into this. This is a movie about the Ghostbusters remakes, which leads me to Number 6, the conclusion. It sucks. 0 out of 5. It's a Rotten Tomato. It's an immeasurably mediocre dung beetle. And I don't like it. The review's over. Go home.
Finally, you've returned.